तेरी मेर दा बोलना तुद आगे अरदास गुरु गुरु वाहे गुरु गुरु रामदास हाल गुरे नमः जुगाद गुरे नमः सत गुरे नमः श्री गुरुदेव वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा। It's a very fortunate day that we are on this day celebrating and welcoming the spirit of Guru Naanak. 526 years have passed by, and the capacity of Sikh religion has not reached the understanding of Naanak. It amazes me sometimes that do we understand what he said? Not only that, in Sri Guru Granth, his words are as true as they were. Do we understand what he said? I was, with this understanding, I was talking to somebody who I trusted is a very well-versed, educated person. And I said, do you believe in one God? Oh, you don't? He said, I believe in God, I believe in God in everything, I believe in God everywhere, I really do believe in God. Whether it's one God or two gods or three gods, but I believe in God. I said, you believe the God is the creator of all this universe? He said, yes. True, true, true. I said, that is your honest faith? He said, that's true. That's my honest faith. And I said, if just now, when we were passing and there was a beggar, and he asked for money, you pass away. Didn't you? He said, yes. He said, didn't he ask, give me some money? He said, yes. Then what did he give him? Oh, this is their habit. I said, God has a habit. God has a habit. You didn't see God in that person? He didn't ask you? He asked you to give him money? What did you give him? Did you have it? He said, I had it. What did you give? He said, well, there was no answer. Then I said, well, if somebody, you are a white gringo, and if some black person who has very ugly clothes and all his shoes are full with mud and all that, and will you hug him? I was penetratingly looking in his eyes. I said, will you hug him? He said, maybe. Now in 1995, the most civilized society of the world cannot get out of the color, caste, creed, status. They have no understanding of God. And that's what Guru Nanak said 526 years in a row. अव्वल अल्लाह नूर पाया कुदरत दे सब बंदे एक नूर तो सब जग उपजा कौन पढ़े कौन ना दे. From one light we all came. There's no discrimination, there's no good and bad, and we are all creation of Almighty God. ये Guru Nanak किया. एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद is Guru Nanak word. We not only don't understand it, we cannot live it, we do not live it in our trial, test and triumph over it, and then we say, Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. I don't understand how you as a Sikh can discriminate? How you as a Sikh can reject anything which is alive? How can you lie even? After all, I am 67-year-old and I have been searching the answer of this question. Somebody else can do things that I can understand. But how can I see? This is the same thing. The Prime Minister Rabin got killed by a Jew. It is their 3,000-year tradition. Jew never kills a Jew. That's their tradition. They broke the tradition today. Sikh has a tradition that he is Akal Murad Ajuni Saibhang Gur Prasad. He got it from the Guru. By itself, he is free from death and life, and he is a personified God, pictorial God. These are words of Guru Nanak. Do you understand that? Somebody was telling me, I am working so hard, I cannot get to anywhere. I said, you're not going to get anywhere. You don't even try. Oh, you can say. I said, well, if I cannot say, then you say what you want. You're not going to get anywhere. Why not? I said, first of all, you are a Sikh. And secondly, you are dishonest Sikh. Thirdly, you lie to everybody. Fourth, not a one person in the whole city trusts you. Where you want to go? You are a living, lying Sikh. And you are a Sikh of Guru Nanak. That today is Guru Nanak's birthday. You won't make any sense. People think that they can say something what they want to say and get away with it. You can't get away with it. Whatever you say is your shabd. Is your word. This will become a wall between you and prosperity and projection and all. Is it easy for a Sikh to hate somebody? When it is the absolutely rule of the thumb that as a Sikh you should love without condition. As a Sikh, you will follow Guru Nanak. Naanak, Neech, when he counted all, Asankh Chor, Ram Khor, Asankhamrita Ganjor, he counted all that in the end, he said, Naanak Neech Kahe Vichar, Varana Jama Ekvar, Jyotispa. And how can, I don't understand, how can Sikh forget? You know, we are very beautiful Sikhs, right? We look so pretty, we are so angelic, we have face, we have grace, and then sometimes we forget that our actions have to be Sikhs too. By appearance, Sikh is a Sikh. I was in Amritsar. I spoke to all those people. Every day when I was speaking, they were first reminding me, Yogi, please, just don't tell them everything. Why not? Aren't they Sikhs? Were they not sitting in the presence of Sri Guru Granth? Why shouldn't I say them what I want to say? And what I say, that one subject 25 years ago I have started saying and I am saying today, that's what Guru Nanak says. Karma Sandara Khet. And he said, Guru says in the end, Rat Pyari, Guru Nanak said Karma Sandara Khet. But here, Guru Gobind Singh went so far, defined the Rat and said, Rat Pyari Modiko Sikh Pyara Na hai. So that any accomplishment should be true. And no indifference should happen. It's a well-defined way of life. And well-defined life not only be in the sense that you have to do being a Sikh, you are subject to something. No. Being a Sikh is to be objective to one's own personality. Naam, the very identity. Sikh must not forget that he has an identity. Is he willing to sacrifice his identity to lie, cheat, deceive, abuse? Is he? Is it the character of a Sikh not to forgive? Is it the character of Sikh not to share? Vand chako? Dharam di kirta ko. Karam te hai nahi. Karam is not a part of Sikhism. Karam is a part of the entire world. Sikh is not bound by Karam. Sikh is bound by Dharam. Kirta karo Dharam di. Dharam dominates in your actions. I was telling the congregation there, I said, what difference it makes to me that you have tied your beard? Jai Munni Tai Tuni, what difference it makes? And I said, you people are making a fool of the coming generation. And then you say, well, our Sikhs are shaving off, our Sikhs are... I said, no, Sikhs are chief, you are all handkerchief Sikhs. You don't have a chance. 25 years I have been telling you, now your children have become gangsters, and everywhere there's a problem. Why that happened? Because all you wanted to be rich. And you have a competition. I am richer than you. The other says, I am richer than you. Rich you must become. Rich is not only in money. Rich is also in character. Rich is also in behavior. Rich is also in manners. Rich is also in being a good Sikh. Rich good Sikh. That's also rich human being. Graceful, bountiful. I sent a circular to everybody. I said, man is a social animal. This is what Aristotle said. I agree. Yes. If you want to punish somebody, put him in isolation in 10-20 days, the guy does not know where his North Pole and South Pole is. So man is a social animal. Society is a must. Sat Sangat Lag Tariye. Guru says even that in society of the holy congregation, you totally clean and cleanse yourself. That is true. Because it is called psycho-affective of psyche. In the computerized system, they call it the totality and reality mixed together to give unity and the elevation of the consciousness of a human being, and all self-being is cleansed. It's a very simple science, it's not a complicated affair. But what I'm saying is simple. Man is a social animal. But when man socializes, being kind and caring, then man is not an animal, it becomes a human. And when man socializes, kind, caring and graceful, then he becomes angel. That is what Sikhism, Guru Nanak said. A angelic self who came to the earth to bless. Guru Nanak was not alone, nor he is alone. He's me, you, us, all. His Shabd is as he spoke, is in me, you and us all. Nobody can deny it. This is most surprising. If a child is born, we read another psalm. If a child is dead, we read another psalm. Song of bliss. We do, because we are Akal Murat, because we are Khalsa, because we are living purity and piety, therefore we do not accept death. Nobody dies. Where do they go? Where they come from? When you do not know where somebody has come from, why you want to know where somebody has gone? And Guru Nanak defined it in one line. Karmi apo apni ke nede ke adu. Your karam jede ne, karam, jede taram hai. Then there is no question of definition. Where the Dharamraj cannot do anything, there is no account for you. When Dharamraj says, who are you? You say, you idiot blind, you do not know what I am talking about? You don't see who am I? फिर तो अकाउंट कोई नहीं, लेकिन कर्म है जे तो फिर भी कर्मों आपको अपनी कहने के दूर कर्मा will decide whether you are near or you are far away. It's the longing to belong which will sing the eternal song. तो देखते कुर्बानी है, eternal song है. The permutation or combination of the Shabd Guru is so pure, whosoever recites it, it sinks in and purifies. You all were singing, we all were singing. And we are very lucky people in Aspinola are also singing. They understand too. And one day, sooner or later, we will have all combined ashrams and all gurdwaras of ours that at one place, and everybody will hear, everybody will sing. Rather, I say one day will come, Karkar Taramsal, every house will have every. Today, Sikhism is far beautiful than I can understand. You sit in the car. I do it all the time. I sit in the car, Gurbani is being sung. And when some people start talking and I feel I don't want to drop them on the road because they hurt my ears and they do not have that reverence. They are traveling with me. Sometimes they do not understand my state of mind. So they have their, how many pencils you have got, how many pens you have got, what you did, what you did. The best thing at that time, raise the notes of the Gurbani. Make it so loud that all in the back seat, their ears start hurting. Then they're silent. And a couple of minutes later, you see them snoring and sleep. Gurbani is great. It's very intoxicating. I do not know why Sikhs intoxicate themselves. I told all of them, I said, stop intoxicating yourself. Just listen Gurbani loud, you will be sleeping next minute. It's not required to be born as a Sikh or to adapt being a Sikh or to come to the Guru's door and then ever return back to Avagavan of death and rebirth. It will be a tragedy. And this is something, lot of people, personally as a Sikh, you should understand. I from last 25 years, this day of Guru Nanak, I want to share with you. A lot of people have abused me, a lot of people have hated me, a lot of people have said so many things against me. It is all right. God is speaking through them. God is hearing in me. Let it be decided between God. Why should I, as a person, should even interfere? And this is what Guru Nanak Dharam is, which has never been understood even today. I am not atma, I am not mind, I am not my body, I am the self. This self has been given, this me, to pay my debt between the test and the triumph of this word in peace, in tranquility, in grace. This is Naanak. Naanak does not tell you what to do. Naanak does not interfere with you. Naanak says you are you, and within you is that one who made you. Recognize this fact and then act. Guru Nanak says, in antar, in your insides is everything, but today you are going to find outside, you are going to suffer. There's no outside. And just find inside, inside me is God. You have to become pregnant with the thought of God. You see, when mother is pregnant, woman is pregnant, she walks, she talks, she does all work. But she is supremely conscious that she is pregnant. I saw that day The lady was pregnant. I make my fist and went to her. Automatically her hand came on her belly. And I wanted to see how the mother's psyche works. And I laughed. I said, how's the baby? She's kicking. That's what she said. She was all the time conscious that she's pregnant and there's a baby in it. And I said, what a simple thing to learn. Why not we all the time think there's a God in us and then we do everything what is being done? Go everywhere. Day before yesterday I had to make a decision. Everybody said, what are you doing? Some people went berserk. Some people went crazy. Some went insane. Some even went to the point to insult the house of the Guru, the tradition of the Khalsa. I even asked myself, what is my job? And I said to myself, I am Sri Singh Sahib. It is my job now to act as Sri Singh Sahib. I have no quality and no quarrel with the fact. As a Bhajan Singh I may fail. As a Yogi Bhajan I may not understand. But as a first servant of the house of the Guru, it is the responsibility to meet the challenge head on. And it will be our tradition. Let all hear it. We shall never call anybody before the Guru for punishment. Never. Never ever. This is a house of Naanak. All will be forgiven here. All will be loved here. All shall be received here. Never again in the history of our life or beyond us ever a person will be called upon to be punished. If somebody loves to be punished, let him go to the Akal Takht. And let him get punished there. If you so much like it, there is a tradition. But in any place where we call the house of Guru Ram Das, which are foes wall to welcome, which are openness of the heart, like four chambers of the heart, no person shall be rejected, no person shall be ridiculed, no person shall be punished, and no person shall be ill-treated. Doesn't matter how ill-treating that person is. We shall bear it. This is the tradition of the Naanak. I was very young when my governors used to teach me about Naanak. She said, no, say no. When you have to say no, that is Naanak. This was the definition given to me. How can I change the definition now? Where there is a no, that is not the house of Naanak. House of Naanak is prosperity. If you are not prosperous, how you can share? What does not mean you have nothing yourself, but you can share. It is great. Because everything in house of Guru Nanak is in a past tense. What chako? It means you are already earned, you are already rich, you are already in affluence, you are already in prosperity. Therefore, share. If I say, okay, so and so, give everybody $10, I must understand the person has so many dollars. If person has $1, I say, give everybody $10, how he can obey it? Can we not understand simple things what Nanak says? Naam japo, purify your identity, repeat your identity. That's why we get our name from the Guru. Bahadur Singh is mean brave lion. Any act he does which is not brave, it is against his identity. Whether he likes to act or not, that's not there. Whether he argues about it, wants it or not, that's not there. It is not his choice. He has no choice. In Sikh name, Naam, it is not that Naam which you get from somewhere paying $250 and get into your ear and all that bogus going on. That is not Naam. We get Naam from the Akshar of the Guru. One word of the Guru from which our Naam, our identity is established. That is our life guide. That's what we are. That's what understanding is. If Naam is Sat Simran, Naam is Sat Simran, then that is the identity. Everything else does not matter. Then Simro, Simr, Simr, Sukhapao. Sat Simro and happy. Naam is Karpal Singh, Karpal. The individual action of that person is like to sustain everything through mercy, through kindness, through grace. That is Naam. Not that Naam which these preachers come and mislead the Sikh masses. There was a one saint, I caught him. I said, what is this? I understand you are giving Naam to people and charge money for this and doing all this. He said, I'm not charging any money, I'm collecting for making a school. I said, people give money for good cause always. What are you doing this for? Oh, well, these people don't understand. I said, don't you say the Guru said, Khalsa mera Sadguru Pura? You charge giving name to Pura Sadguru, perfect Sadgurus? You charge money? How come you justify it? He said, look, Yogi ji, between you and me, I'm not going to say anything. I know I'm wrong, but that's the way how it goes. Now what you can discuss with these people? I went to the missionaries, they were talking so much. I said, what mission you are carrying? How many people you have sat down with them and chanted in Naam and the Swantadatta, 1/10 of the time, you sat with them 2.5 hours and said Vaheguru and they said Vaheguru. Raise your hands. Kinnya nu naam japaya? How many you people made to meditate and chant Naam? And how many people you gave them the Amrit and they are having it? देखो ना किर्त बंटनी है ना, अपना कर्म बंटना है, अपना धर्म बंटना है, अपनी शक्ति बंटनी है. You have to share yourself with somebody. ये नहीं कि you put somebody through a ceremony and you are not in it, then you are having a karma. You know, when I was there, there was a great security arrangement. They made so flawless security arrangement, I couldn't see those people. They had black handkerchiefs and all that kind of stuff. And next day, when I was going, I said, where is my security? Okay, we are your security. I go, you were different yesterday. We have taken a promise, we will try our turban, we will be good sick. You have never to say one more word. Mega, what about your intelligence duty? You were telling that because of this, that was a lie. We lied to you and we forgive you. Simple. And every night, at the strike of midnight, we go to Harimandir and we have a dip and sip at the Panjan. And you know, everybody was sleeping at that time, you know what I mean? And we have thousands of fishes coming and putting their face up and sending us kisses. And we loved it. I have never seen this. I asked the Sevadar there, I said, normally people when go in water, they run away. He said, that's true, but I don't know. They come to say hello to you. Aap jino jiya kehna aaye ne. They have come to welcome you. And I was telling, I said, Guru Bhajan, look how much sangat we have got. Don't look towards all these people who are sleeping in Parikrama. Look how much sangat we have got. Yes, It is very painful that I cannot go early in the morning to the Hari Mandir. I cannot go in the evening. I have to honor because they have their own policy we have agreed to, and we have to keep our word. But they also agreed to come along with us at midnight, and they have come along everywhere. So look, Guru has provided a Sangat. Beautiful Sangat. They have their little face out and they were sending flying kisses, so many of them. I've never seen that. If it is even not true, meditatively, hypnotically, it is so true and elevating, it is enjoyable. Because Sikh sees God in everything. That is a Sikh. That is Sikh of Naanak. Take 1 minute you say, I am wonderful, I am marvelous, I am yogi, I am Sri Singh Sahib, I am this Sahib, I am that Sahib. Next minute you just upside down and throw away your crown. No, Sikh has been graced as honorable in excellence. Nyara. Jab lag khalsa rahe nyara, tab lag tej junu sara. Then Guru granted all the light. This religion is not of a person. Absolutely not. It is not of a person. It is a religion of Akal Purkh himself. And one who follows this religion, so Purkh Naranjan, Har Purkh Naranjan, Har Agam Agam Bara, Sab Tyame Tuji, Sache Sarjan Hara. That's how good a Sikh should be. That it should be loved and worshipped by all. Because that, thee represent that thou. So, we welcome you on this day. Guru Nanak is born this day. You are born in this day. Your atma is born this day. Your being is born this day. And you are forever. Odakni bhi naal Gurande, Odakni bhi naal, let to the last breath, through good and bad, we should have the skirt of the Guru with us. Sab chhad jane, sab, neither sons, nor daughters, nor wife, nor mother, nor father, sab chhad jane. I have seen when a dog has a collar around his neck, first dogs who bite him are the dogs of the same street. It's a rule of the thumb. And this is the test you are being received by the master. You know, all your relatives and as your blood relations start accusing you and abusing you, just understand that's the first stage, that your ownership has changed now. You don't belong to this world. Maya ki karegi, what Maya will do? It will abuse you, test you, drive you, put through trial. Then second stage will come. Then your own people will challenge you. I was standing at the Manji Sahib, and they called the name of 2 Sikhs whom there was a hukumnama from Akal Bunga that they were dismissed from the Panth. And then they cancelled that hukumnama, reissued a hukumnama to honor them, and they were honored and received in the Panth as the heroes. When I spoke, I said, I'm very pleased today because one day you may have to have such a hukumnama about me too. And maybe after 1,000 years, you will realize your mistake and then bring me back in. I think you are setting a good tradition. I'm looking at it. Because under no circumstances, I am going to agree to all this nonsense which is going on. And what will be? They, in a certain majority, in a certain situation, will issue a hukunama. I'll blast them as much as I can, but I know those people were very honorable, very truthful, and they threw them out. This is what it is called anarchy of the religion. Religion is a reality in action where you love as Nanak loved everybody. That is the beginning, that is the middle, and that is the end. Let us welcome Nanak in our hearts. Let us bow our head to it and keep it that way. So wherever we go, wherever we live, people should recognize we are Sikhs of the Nanak. They are so beautiful, they are so peaceful, they are so kind, they are so serviceful, they are so gentle, they are so powerful to defend the weak, they are so powerful to nurture and nurse the weak, they are so forgiving, they are so kind. And that is Nanak. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa. Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Bole Sandhya. Now see, God has given me a permanent attendant. Don't you see you deserve it too? Kya mail taako mile, kya pe sant karta. Baag hoya ko sant milaya, Prabhu nasi karta. From her birth, she is doing this service and never misses it. Correct? So don't you want this? Are you not seeing something or learning? Sing, sing, sing.
Vada Siddhi Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh, Siddhi Bhagavati Ji Sahai, Vada Siddhi Bhagavati Ji Ki Patashai Dasami, Pritme Goti Simanake Guru Nanak Le Diai, Vir Angad Gurute Amanadas Ramdase Hoi Sahai, Adijana Harigo Binino, Simano Sri Harai, Sri Harikrishan Diaye, Jisadite Sabduk Jai, Teg Bahadur Simani Gamona Davedai Sabtai Hoi Sahai, Dasni Patasha, Sahib Siddhi Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, Sabtai Hoi Sahai, Dasmi Patasha Di Jot, Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib Di Pati Darada Dhyandar Ke Khalsadi Sahib Boladi Satanam, Satanam, Panjab Jahan Sabzania, Chalia Muktia, Hatia, Japia Tapia, Jinanam Japia, Vandake Chakya, Deg Chilai, Deg Vahi, Deke Sunake Andi Kita, Tina Piaria, Satyaria, Dadyandara Ke Kalsidi Sahib, Bolaji Satanam, 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 Jina Singna Singnia, the Dharam hate Sistete, Ban Bankitai, Kopria, Lahaya, Charaki, Dechere, Anira Chaiker, Dwardi Sefa, La Kurbani Kitia, Dharam Nahi Hania, Siki Kesa, Swas Nanabahi, Tinidi Kamaida, Dyandar Ke Kalsidi Sai, Boloji Satanam, 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 Sarva Gurdwaria Guru Ramdas Ashmada Dyandar Ke Khalsadi Sai Bolaji Satanam, 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 Pritame Sarabhati Khalsadi Kardasa Heji, Sarabhati Khalsadi Ko, Vaheguru, 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 Chit Abraka, Saraka, Sarabsuko Hove, Jahan Jahan Guru Khalsadi Sahib, Tahan Tahan Richare, Deg Tek Pate, Birki Page, Pankiji, Sri Sabji Sahai, Khalsadi Ki Bobale, Bolaji Satanam, 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 Sikanu, Sikidan, Keshtan, Rahetan, Vivektan, Visidan, Vrosadan, Danasir Namdan, Sri Amritsar Sahib, Jigi Darshnishdan, Chokya Jungde Bunge, Jugajugatal, Dharamake, Jai Jaikar, Bolaji Satanam, 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 Maniva Mat Uchi Mat Aprak Wahiguru, Hea Kalapurik Apani Panta, Sara Sahai Datarjio, Henamani Dama, Nitani Nitani, Utini Ut Sajipata Wahiguru. Al Guru Sahib, we stand here together in prayer, giving thanks that once again we're able to gather here together in the house of Guru Ramdas to meditate on you on this auspicious occasion celebrating the birthday of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. May we ever recall his greatness, may his word live within us. We ask a special blessing upon our guide and teacher, the Siddhi Singh Sahib, Bhai Sahib Harbhajan Singh Khalsa Yogi Ji, who is thy humble servant. Protect him on his travels, heal him of all ailments, grant him the satisfaction and the answer of his prayers that we all raise to our highest potential as leaders in this Aquarian age. Bless the Khalsa nation with unity. Bless all the Khalsa enterprises, ashrams, gurdwaras, yoga centers, that they may thrive and prosper, providing a strong basis and foundation on which to build our Khalsa spiritual nation. We ask your healing energy upon the family of Michelle Hoffman, upon Mrs. Ted Zimmer, the mother of Satsang Kaur, Sue Sullivan Rosasco, the mother of Sardar Singh, Peggy Stratton, Rhonda Hastings, and Charlie Hopkins. And also this day, we ask that you accept these souls, the soul of Arthur Freyer, Paul Versage, and the soul of Herb Roach, the father of Siri Simran, And please chant a call. Prasad is placed before you through its sweetness. Will you ever recall the sweetness that comes from living your way of life, from meditating on your Gurbani? Open our hearts, open our ears to this Hukamnama. Forgive any errors, any omissions in this Ardas, please cover them. Akaravada bulu chukumuf karane sarvade karajras karane sep yaramela janamilia teranam chita ave Guru Nanakanam Sharikala Tarigane Sarikatakala. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Agya Meya Kal Ki Tabishalayo Panta, Sab Sikhan Ko Hukm Hai, Guru Maya Puranta, Guru Granth Ji Maya, Raghunath Ki Jai, Jo Prabhu Bojhe, Boj Sab Mile, Raj Kare Ka Khalsa, Agi Rahe Na Koi,
दंडवत बंधने अनक बार सर्व कला संगराथ दोलन दे राखो प्रभु नानक दे घर हाथ ज्ञान ध्यान किछ कर्म न जाना सार न जाना तेरी सब ते वड्डा सतगुरु नानक जिंद कल राखी मेरी सज्जन सच्चा बादशाह सिर शाहां दे शाहो जिस पास बैठिया सोई है सबना दा विसारो सो कहो टल गुरु सेविया ऐत सुसज सुभाए दर्शन परसिए गुरु के जन्म मरण दुख जाए सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु साहिब जियो सुई महला तीजा तन तन श्री गुरु अमरदास जियो तन तन श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जियो हर जी सुखम अगम है कित बिद मिलया जाए हर जी सुखम अगम है कित बिद मिलया जाए गुर के शब्द ब्रह्म कटिए अचिंत वसे मन आए गुरमुख हर हर नाम जपन आओ तिनके बल हारणे मन हार गुण सदा रमन रहाओ गुर सरवर मान सरोवर है वड भागी पुरख लहन सेवक गुरमुख खोजिया हंसले नाम लहन नाम त्यायन रंग स्यो गुरमुख नाम लगन तुर पूर्व होवे लिखिया ਗੁਰ ਭਾਣਾ ਮੰਨ ਲਿਅਨ ਵਡ ਬਾਗੀ ਕਰ ਖੋਜਿਆ ਪਾਇਆ ਨਾਮ ਨਿਧਾਨ ਗੁਰਪੂਰੇ ਵੇਖਾ ਲਿਆ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਆਤਮ ਰਾਮ ਪਛਾਨ ਸਭਨਾ ਕਾ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਏਕ ਹੈ ਦੂਜਾ ਅਵਰ ਨਾ ਕੋਏ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦੀ ਮਨ ਵਸੇ ਤਿਤ ਘਟ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਹੋਏ ਸਭ ਅੰਤਰ ਜਾਮੀ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਹੈ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਵਸੇ ਸਭ ਥਾਏ ਮੰਦਾ ਕਿਸਨੋ ਆਖੀਏ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਵੇਖੋ ਲਿਵ ਲਾਏ ਬੁਰਾ ਭਲਾ ਤਿਚਰ ਆਖਦਾ ਜਿਚਰ ਹੈ ਦੋ ਮਾਹੇ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਏਕੋ ਬੁਝਿਆ ਇੱਕ ਸਮਾਏ ਸਮਾਏ ਸੇਵਾ ਸਾ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਵਸੀ ਜੋ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਪਾਏ ਥਾਏ ਜਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰਿ ਆਰਾਧਿਆ ਗੁਰ ਚਰਣੀ ਚਿਤ ਲਾਏ ਸੇਵਾ ਸਾ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਵਸੀ ਜੋ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਪਾਏ ਥਾਏ ਜਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰਿ ਆਰਾਧਿਆ ਗੁਰ ਚਰਣੀ ਚਿਤ ਲਾਏ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
Sui, third channel of infinite truth. The Sire Lord is subtle and inaccessible. In what way can one meet him? The Sire Lord is subtle and inaccessible. In what way can one meet him? By the Guru's instruction, doubt is dispelled, and the carefree Lord comes to abide in man's mind. The Guru words utter the Lord God's name. I am a sacrifice unto those who in their mind utter ever the Lord's praise. Pause. The Guru is like the Manso or lake. The very fortunate ones attain to him. The pious slaves search the Guru out. They, the swans, pick upon the name. The devoted Guru Sikhs remain yoked to the Lord's name and reflect over the name with love. If it be so preordained by the primal being, the Sikhs accept the Guru's will. By the greatest good luck, I have searched my home and found the name treasure. The perfect Guru has made me see and realize the omnipresent Lord Master. The Lord of all is but one, there is not any other second. By Guru's grace, the Lord abides in the mind. In that mind, he becomes manifest. The Lord is the knower of all the hearts, and he, the Lord, abides everywhere. Whom should one call evil? Enshrine thou love for the Lord and see. As long as man is engrossed in duality, so long he calls some good and some bad. The Guru word knows the one alone and is absorbed in the one Lord. That is the service which is pleasing to the Lord and which the Lord approves. Fixing his attention on the Guru's feet, slave Naanak meditates on the one Lord. The Guru word knows the one alone and is absorbed in the one Lord. That is the service which is pleasing to the Lord and which the Lord approves. Fixing his attention on the Guru's feet, slave Naanak meditates on the one Lord. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sukam is from Guru Amar Das Ji, and he asks the question, the Lord is subtle and inaccessible, tough to appreciate. In what way can one meet him? And then Guru answers his own question. By Guru's instruction, that meeting takes place, and all doubt is dispelled, and the carefree Lord comes to abide in man's mind. Those who are focused on the Guru come to utter the Lord God's name. Guru says, I am a sacrifice unto those who in their mind meditate ever and sing the Lord's praise. Pause. The Guru is like that lake where the very fortunate swans dip and pick out the jewels of the one name. The pious slaves search the Guru out. They, like those swans, snatch up those ever valuable jewels of the one name. The devoted Guru Sikhs remain yoked to the Lord's name and reflect over that name with love. If it is so preordained and written in the destiny by the primal being, then one comes to accept the Guru's will. By the greatest good luck, says Guru, I have searched my heart and found there the name treasure. The perfect Guru has made me see and realize the omnipresent Lord Master everywhere. Lord of all is one, there is not any other second. By Guru's grace, the Lord comes to abide in the mind and one gains that consciousness. The Lord is the knower of everyone's heart, and he, the Lord, abides everywhere. Who can call somebody evil?
Enshrine thou love for the one Lord, and see him everywhere. As long as man is engrossed in duality, says Guru Amar Das, so long he calls some good and some bad. The Guru word alone knows that the one Lord is everywhere, and is absorbed in that one Lord's vibration. That is the true service, which is pleasing to the Lord, and which the Lord approves. Fixing his attention on the Guru's feet, slave Naanak meditates on the one Lord. So Guru concludes and says, the Guru word knows the one Lord alone, and he is absorbed in that one Lord, knowing he is everywhere. That is the service, that meditation, which is pleasing to the Lord, and which the one Lord approves. Fixing his attention solely on the Guru's feet, slave Naanak meditates on that Lord. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Sab sikhana ko atma hai, sab sikhana ko atma hai, sab sikhana ko atma hai. Guru Vani Amrita, Guru Vani Amrita.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to one and all. Congratulations on Guru Nanak's birthday. This Thursday evening, Siddhi Singh Sabji will be teaching class at Yoga West at 7:45 p.m. Saturday is our White Tantric Yoga course. If you haven't already registered, please do so. And this Sunday, we're joining the Greater Los Angeles Sikh community in celebrating Guru Nanak's birthday at the Los Angeles Convention Center, following our Gurdwara program here. Satnam, please form underlines. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you for the honor.
Grace to the seat. Yes.
I got some new stuff, Sri Gopal. Oh, you know what else I got?
What?